Hello there, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good evening today. Um, I am back with the 750 Tarot Gathering. I see that Wounded Healer is in the house tonight. Thank you for joining me. And what I want to look at today, guys, is, and I have my notes here, um, the current energies around how you are or blocks you may be having to manifesting what you want to have in your life. So I'm going to get started. Hopefully, we'll have a few people to join in pretty soon. Um, so I have picked three different sets of cards here, and you will be able to pick. This is a pick a card reading, so you will be able to pick group 1, group 2, and group 3. So here we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, so take a minute. Take a minute and let me know um, in the chat what number you picked. Let me make sure I have everything going as it should here. And let me know if you can hear me. I should be okay, but just in case. All right, guys, so we have group 1, group 2, group 3, and we're going to check on your manifestation. And hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. RD, Nancy, thank you so much. Um, anyway, I'm glad you guys stopped by. So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3 here. And we're going to be checking on the energy around your manifestations because, you know, at this time, it seems like we're all under so much stress and worry and hurry and all that kind of stuff. So what we want to do is figure out exactly what's blocking it. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to just kind of check, see which group you want to pick from here. Check in with your energies, check in with your intuition. And like I said, we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. And there will be timestamps also. So you guys can check that out too. Group 1, okay. Group 1, Rebecca, hi Rebecca. So we have 2 group 1s and RD says group 2. Okay, so let's start with group 1. I've already shuffled and everything, you know, so that we wouldn't have to be taking a lot of time doing that tonight. So group 1, and the first question I want to know is what your current energy is around for the upcoming week that may affect your manifestation. So we have the Mother Star, Temperance, and the 3 of Wands. Okay, those are your first 3 cards here. So group 1, the Mother Star, it looks like you're in a good position to manifest, but you need to be, there is still some healing that you need to do. Okay, so this Temperance is telling me that there is some healing that you still need to do. And then we have the 3 of Wands, which is telling me that you need to be making plans this week to try to bring some things into fruition for you. So the hidden blockage, oh, it's the Hermit. We have the Hermit for you, group 1. So the hidden blockage is that you're on this journey where you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to heal things. You're doing a lot of analyzing and that kind of thing. And you haven't really decided or figured out exactly what it is you want to do, or where it is you want to be at this stage in your life. So that's one of the reasons why, that's one of the blockages, um, the reason why you're having a blockage and you're not letting things flow is because you haven't really figured out exactly what it is or where it is that you want to go with things. And then we have, okay, the Seven of Wands is telling me about um, actions. So what it is here for you, Group One, is that you need, with this Seven of Wands, you know, wands move quickly. The action for you is to figure it out. That this is the challenge. I think that you are really a little bit, you need a little more courage to go where you need to go. So you're going to have to figure out why you are afraid to let that energy flow the way that it needs to flow. Now, I'm going to pull one more card for you guys, and this is a permission card for Group One. There's some reason that you're not giving yourself permission to let that energy flow the way that it should be flowing. Let's just see here if I can. Okay, okay. So let's see what is the permission that you're not giving yourself to let that energy flow, and then we'll pull another card. This is interesting. It says permission to stop waiting for permission. Give yourself permission to let that energy flow the way that it should flow so that you can um, move things, manifest things in the way that you need to manifest them. And I think a lot of times, guys, you know what that is? That is that we are so tight and so hung up on other things, other people's stuff that's going on around us, that we're not giving ourselves permission to say, okay, it's my turn. I'm going to let it flow. I'm going to figure this out. But with that mother energy showing up there, Group One, all I can say is this is a big yes card. This is a big yes card. So once you give yourself permission to let go of things that you know what they are, you know what is blocking you. So once you give yourself permission to let go of it, things will start flowing and start manifesting for you within the next week. Now, I want to pull an affirmation card for you also. And let's see what that says for you. Give yourself permission to stop waiting for permission. And you know what? Sometimes we don't even know that we haven't given ourselves permission. We just go through life like, everything's good, but there is something that is stopping you from doing it, and you're waiting for that permission. Okay. Labor of love. Labor of love. And to me, what this is saying, guys, is you need to give yourself that self-care and self-love so that you can move forward, so that your manifestations can come into fruition. So figure out this week, and I want to ask you next week when we come back how it worked for you. Figure out next week how you gave yourself permission to love yourself for a change. Okay? Sometimes that's hard for us to do. Sometimes we don't even know we're doing it because we're not doing um, loving ourselves as we should, because we have so many other things going on around us. So I think what this is saying is give yourself permission to labor for yourself. Whatever you do this week, I want you to how think about how whatever you're doing is going to affect the way you feel. Check your emotions. Give yourself love. Give yourself permission to give yourself permission. Whether it means maybe you need to rest a little more, take it easy, do nothing, just watch TV, good stuff, comedy, that kind of thing, of course, because we know what the other stuff is doing for us. And I think that we're all in this kind of stagnant place because everything has been so negative. Okay? All right. Wounded says it's true. Great. I'm glad that's resonating with you. Thank you, Nancy. It's kind of like a mother of pearl ring. Okay, so now we're going to move on to group two. All right, and for you, group two, we have the lovers, the sun, wow, and the nine of wands. There's always seems like that action card in there. Okay, so for you, as far as manifestation, I think that your current energy this week, it looks like, let me show you the cards too. Um, it looks like you may need to, there's some kind of partnership or whatever that you're in that needs, you need to shine some light on, or this week you may see some light, some exposure on that. And whatever this partnership is, it's like you're standing your ground on where you are with it, okay? Or you need to stand your ground this week. This is a lover's card. Now this can also be about choices. Excuse me. So it could be that you need to make a choice about something that you really know about and bring some light to it. Excuse me, guys. You may need to bring some light to. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, guys. I'm sorry. Group two. I think that's a sign. Whatever it is that needs to be exposed around you, group two, I think it's time. Whatever it is, let me just show you these cards again. I'm lighting some sage here. I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden, group two, when that exposure card came up, it's something that it's like, okay, we're not talking about this. This is for somebody in this group that's on this that's on this live right now, or maybe somebody that's going to listen to it. There are some things that needs to be exposed coming up for you um, in the next week. And it's like you're going to have to make a choice. There's some kind of choice, group two, that you're going to have to make, and this is serious. You've been standing your ground, but coming up in this week, it's like you're going to have to make that choice. Choice, exposure, standing your ground. Okay? But you're going to have to make a choice coming up. That's the energy around you right now for group two. Group two. You're going to have to make some kind of choice. That's going to help clear your energy so that you can manifest the way that you need to manifest. If that resonates with somebody in group two, let me know. Because normally when that happens to me like that, there's something trying to stop that energy flow. Okay? That's that was crazy. But there was no reason for me to get choked like that. All right. But I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. So let's finish group two. Um, so group two, the next question you need to be asking yourself is what's the hidden blockages that's keeping you from manifesting whatever that specific thing is that you want to manifest. And we have the Fool. We have the Fool, so that means that you know that there's going to be some kind of risk to this whole situation. And I think that you're going to have to make a choice as to whether or not you're willing to take that risk. Are you willing to step out on a ledge? You already know what you need to do, group two. You already know what you need to do, but are you willing to step out and take that risk and do what you need to do? This could be a lover here too. This could be a lover, and you may have to make a choice, but something needs to be exposed here, group two. Okay? And then the Eight of Wands, that means that you need to take that action. You need to take the action now. That's your action step. Whatever it is, let it out. Let the people know. This is for entertainment purposes only, guys. I'm reading to you what the cards say. So if it's someone that needs to know something, if there's some information that needs to be gotten out right now, it's like you need to go ahead and release it. I don't know, it's something that you're holding in that you're not ready to let go of. And this is stopping your flow. This is stopping your flow from manifesting. Okay? And let me pull a permission card for you also. All right, Spirit, tell me. No, I think I'll pull the affirmation card first, please. And we have rest. Rest. So um, I think what this is saying is that you really need to go within because there's some kind of transformation that needs to happen with you. There's a little butterfly there right at the feet. And there is some kind of transformation that needs to happen for you. So I think that's what that is saying. You need to probably take your time um, and figure out what it is. You may need to do some meditation. If you don't meditate, just sit quietly with yourself and figure out what it is that needs to happen because there's some kind of transformation going on with you, group two. There's definitely some kind of transformation going on, and whatever is there that needs to be exposed, it needs to come out, and it needs to come out soon. Okay, now let's see what your permission card is. And it says, permission to be exactly who you are. Permission to be exactly who you are. It sounds like you've been kind of hiding yourself, or because the exposure needs to happen, but you've been kind of keeping things in and saying, I'm not going to let this happen because it's risky. It's risky for you. But it's time for you to let it go because once you do, transformation is going to happen for you, and you are going to um, be who you need to be at this point. Okay? Let me know if that resonates with you. And now we're going to move on to group three. That was interesting, group two. Group three, let's pull your first three cards. Queen of Wands, Hanged Man, and Justice. That's interesting. Um, well, it seems like group three, you're courageous. You know that Queen of Wands is all about being courageous. She's sitting there on her throne. She's independent and she's focused. She's determined. And but you have this hanged man here that's causing you to stop. You're actually a person that's very courageous. You're very focused in you know what it is that you need to do. But there's going to be something coming up for you this week that's going to make you take pause, and you're going to wonder, should I do this or not? And that's that hanged man. Now you may need to look at things from a different perspective because that's what the hanged man is also about, is looking at things from a different perspective, but it's also about enlightenment. So there's something that you may get some kind of feeling about something this week about that's going to enlighten the way you see something, the perspective that you're holding concerning whatever this position you're in that is kind of slowing you down from figuring out what it is you need to do next to make things happen in your life the way you want them to happen. So you're strong, but I think you're going to have to look at things from a different perspective so that you can make things happen in your life and manifest what you need. That's the energy around you right now. We also have this Justice card showing up. And um, I think that you'll be getting some truth, some clarity about what's going on with this situation that's kind of holding you back. Um, and you need to find the balance because you are courageous, you are independent, but for some reason you're not looking at it the right way, and your perspective is a little off. So you're not clear about what you should be doing. And then we're going to look at the hidden blockage. This is the King of Wands, and we have the Queen and the King of Wands showing up. Usually that's a couple. So group three, are you into, do you have, it could be male, female, whatever kind of relationship it is, but I would think that it's someone that's close to you, close by you, that is a natural leader, and maybe they want you to follow their lead. That could be the hidden blockage that you're really not paying any attention to. So you're not really focused on what you need to be doing for you, but you're watching um, what this leader or this other person in your life is, um, where they're taking you to instead of where you really want to be. And I think we do that a lot. You know, we let other people kind of sway us from where we really want to be. Um, so that's something for you to look at. And then um, the next thing is the action that you need to take. And sometimes it looks like we have the five of swords here, guys. So it looks like there may be a little bit of conflict going on for you with this. I'm sure it is because you have the King and the Queen of Wands here, and you know, maybe somebody's not seeing the same perspective of the issue as you are. um, but I think that what you need to do is, from looking at this card showing up here, um, I feel like you need to just be like, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how it's going to happen. I mean, if you're courageous enough to do that, but will you do it? Because this is something that you haven't acknowledged in the past. This is definitely something that you haven't acknowledged in the past because you're following this leader here. But now it's like you need to take up your swords and stop playing that game and take action to do what it is that you feel like you need to do for you. Group three, let me know if that resonates with you. Um, Let me pull an oracle card for you. Solitude. What you need is solitude. And it's the number 9. The solitude card is number 9. So what that's telling me is it's time for you to let things go from the past and start anew. Okay? Because you're at the end of this cycle now. And you may have to be courageous enough to step up and ask for what it is that you need for you. And let's see what your permission card is saying for you. It says permission to be vulnerable. Permission to be vulnerable. Okay? So maybe you need to be more vulnerable with this leader, this other person in your life, and let them know exactly what it is that you need. See, what you need to do, all of us, when I look at these three groups here, it's like whatever it is that's blocking your path, you have to be strong enough to say, this is what I need to do for me, so that your energy can flow the way it should flow. Because right now it's being blocked, which is one reason why you can't get um, what you need right now. Okay? So that's, you all gotten your assignments, group one, two, and three for next week. And try to be strong enough. Give yourself permission to do what you need to do for you. You know, and I think sometimes we're in these situations because we've been in these situations for so long that it's hard for us to let go. We don't even see it. I'm speaking for myself too, guys. Sometimes we don't even see, you know, what's happening, and so therefore, we do it so often. It's like we just it just goes over our head. You know what I'm saying? So um, usually that's what happens. We're in it so long that we don't even know what's happening. Hi, everybody. Neek, Rebecca, Wounded, um, Nancy. I'm so glad you guys joined me tonight. I always have technical problems no matter what I do. I try, but it's getting better. Um, especially since I've been away, it's like it's been worse. But I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. Does anybody have anything to say about um, what they found about the cards? Did it resonate with you? Oh, Rebecca, you said you have to reveal something to your son about a relationship. Oh, that's wow. You picked number three. Yeah. Wow. Well, there you go. Because you're blocking yourself from getting your blessings. Really, I mean, but like I said, uh, be careful how you do these. You know how you do it. You don't want to hurt anybody, but you do have to be vulnerable and honest. First of all, you have to be honest with yourself, and then be vulnerable when you give out the information that you're trying to give out, because you want to make sure that everybody takes it in a loving way. You don't want to be harsh about it. And Wounded says, "You nailed it. Thank you, Mary. I got message of the same respect today when I pulled the cards." Wow. Wow, good. So then you know what you need to do. Set butterfly for 450 jewels. Okay. Anybody else? Well, I hope we're having good weather here. I hope you all are enjoying you're having good weather also. I mean, for June for us in Michigan, it's like we were having warm days in between, and now, um, hi, Witch, how are you? Which you're going to have to go back and pick group one, two, or three and see which one resonates with you. We just had a really, really great reading. We had a really great reading. But any questions? Anybody? Anybody have questions for me? That was interesting, especially group two. Group two, that was so interesting. Oh, first thing that came to your mind was group two. Okay, you should look at group two. when you go back later, look at group two because that was an interesting read. Right now, guys, I think I'll look at the. I'll. I think I'm going to look at. Um, do a collective read for next week. Now let's do a collective read for next week. There is so much going on. Um, that is crazy. So we're going to do a read to see exactly how things are going to pan out for next week. Oh, thank you, Wounded. I'm doing better, a lot better. Um, Wounded is asking how I'm doing. Um, You know, this thing, guys, if you know anything about burns, this is nothing to play with, but um, I'll have to say, as far as how I'm feeling, the wound is not healed totally yet. They said a year or more, and they were not playing when they said that. So, but the thing that I'm happy about is that I have full range of my arm, and it is my right arm. It's kind of, I'm happy that I can hide it. Um, but I'm sure eventually it'll go back to normal. But I do believe that it's going to take a minute. I was trying to force it. There's no forcing it. Just got to let nature do its thing. So, but I am good. Yeah. Say Missouri is now having some nice weather. Yeah, we are too. We actually we're having hot weather right now, um, and you know how that goes. But it's June, so hopefully in Michigan we'll be good. But we'll see. All right. All right. So let's see what the week is going to bring for the collective in general for next week. I hope you guys got a chance to look at my pick a piece reading. That's something new for my channel, but it's very interesting also. So if you didn't get a chance to look at the pick a piece reading, um, take a look at that. I did that on Monday, and I'll be doing that every Monday. And this will be the Wednesday live that we'll do. I enjoy being in community with you guys. The sonic booms. No, you know what? I haven't, and I should read on. I'll read on that next. Let's see what's coming up though. So far we have the sun. Something is going to be exposed. And we have the Ace of Cups. Um, so something's going to be exposed, and then there's something new that's going to happen. That's probably something emotional that's going to come up. Um, as far as the feelings that it's going to bring to the collective. Let's see what's that about. Okay, it's going to be something. We have um, the Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry, guys. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm thinking some exposure is going to be very emotional about something about either money or health. So let's see if we can dig a little deeper. Tell us more about that, Spirit. We get the Strength card. I just want to clarify that Nine of Pentacles. The Strength card, and then we get sorrow. We get the Five of Cups. Some regret, some sorrow. Give me one more. Disappointment. We have the Four Cups. Um, I think I'm hearing health, around health, okay? There's going to be a problem with health, but I think we're going to be strong um, through it. I don't know what's going on with that, whatever that virus is um, but I don't think that's supposed to get really bad this time, not like we happened the last time. But there is going to be some regret and some sorrow around it, and people are going to be discouraged. So some kind of exposure. Okay, I gotta get one more card. I need to. It's a burden. It's gonna cause a burden. Could be something that happens at the White House, guys. There you go. We have this Four of Wands here. So it could be something that's happening around the White House. It's going to cause a burden. It could be about money or it could be about health. Now, I didn't get a particular card here about a particular person or anything like that, but some kind of exposure is going to come out, and it's going to cause emotional problems for a lot of people. It's going to be very emotional, whatever this is. And it could be involving money. I'm leaning more towards money because I don't see a particular person that's showing up here. But it's like we're going to have to, um, it's going to be concerning power also. It's going to be concerning power. With that strength card there, is going to be about some kind of power. So money and power, okay? I'm not saying, but it's going to involve the White House. So we're going to get some news about that coming up in the next week, okay? So look for that. And it's not doesn't look like it's going to be good for us, but it is exposure here. It's exposure. That's what's coming up. Okay, let's see about the sonic booms. Tell us about the sonic booms. Sonic booms. Let's pull three cards and see what we get. Two of Pentacles. It's a lot of going back and a lot of back and forth going on about what it is. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Hermit, and we have the um, Eight of Pentacles. I feel like, what is it about the structure of things that we're looking at? Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so it's timely, whatever this is that's happening. Um, we have the Temperance. Mm. You know what I feel like it is, guys? Honestly, looking at these cards and these pentacles and the temperance showing up here and everything, I feel like it's more about balance. Things trying to come into balance at this time, and I feel like it's something. Um, um, People are trying to figure out what it is, but I'm getting that it's something that maybe even earthly, that the earth is trying to um, bring itself into balance. I don't know how that is, but that's what I'm feeling. Something is out of balance, and then we have the um, Queen of Cups, and it's more like an intuitive kind of thing. I don't think it's really that. I know some people are saying, and it could be, um, it, it's the start of us finding out about the other energies on the earth or that are coming to the earth or whatever, however you want to say it. Um, I think the earth could just be balancing itself out. Just like how we have um, uh, earthquakes and things like that, and we wonder why, you know. But the earth, Mother Earth, is like getting herself settled, is what I'm feeling from these cards here. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So it's going to take this. These are all earthly. These Pentacle cards are all earthly cards, and this Wheel of Fortune here is telling me that it's time. It's time for some balance, and I feel like balance because of this Temperance that's showing up here. One foot in the water, 1 foot out, and then it's like we have been um, with that Hermit showing up there. Again, we're talking about earth energy with that Hermit showing up. And there's a lot of earth energy around here, which is making me feel like that's what it's all about. Sometimes we don't think about the earth being a live being, but it is, and it has wisdom, and it knows how to, when it's time to realign and fix itself and that kind of thing. I don't know. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to it. I've heard about it. They're happening kind of all over. Um, but this energy here that I'm seeing right here tonight is more about earth, the earth energy. And we have the Knight of Wands. So something is being fixed quickly, something is moving forward. And people talk about, yeah, we're on this different timeline and all that kind of stuff. All this could be coming into play right now. So that's something to think about. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Pentacles. So it's like a new beginning. That's what I'm seeing, guys. I'm seeing that new beginning, that maybe we have moved into a different timeline or whatever, and the earth is doing what the earth needs to do to keep things balanced. That's what I see. Now, there's going to be a lot of different, a whole lot of speculation about what it is, and I don't think anybody is going to really know exactly, but that's what the cards say. That's what the cards say. Which says, oh, yes, exposure. Hi, Shirley. How are you? Anything else, guys, you want me to look at? Let's not dig into politics because you know we are, hey, we already know what's happening with that. We're going to get the information we need to know when it's time for us to know it. So, and I'm being patient. I know, because there's nothing else we can do. Those are things like that. That's things that can be blocking our energy too, guys. Believe it or not, paying so much attention to all of that kind of thing. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can do a Earth reading. See what Mother Earth has to tell us about what's going on. All right, Spirit. What does Mother Earth have to say about what we're witnessing? What does Mother Earth have to say about what we're witnessing at this time? Yep, gonna do the Mother Earth reading. Spirit, talk to us about Mother Earth. What does she have to say about what's happening right now? I like that last card that came out. It's like, whatever, I'm gonna be victorious, whatever y'all do. We got that six of wands there, guys. That last card that came up was the six of wands. But look, we have the seven of wands here, which is telling us that this has been challenging. This has been challenging for Mother Earth. But then we have the world card here. The world card um, is about completion and um, accomplishment, accomplishing things, and wholeness, and that kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, it's been challenging for me, but things are going to come. I'm going to make things whole. And then there's been a lot of this two of pentacles here is in the reverse. So there's been a lot of problems. There's been overcommitment that, you know, and I feel like we're talking about people here. Like Mother Earth is saying the people have um, overdone some things, like as far as upsetting the balance. So there's like overwhelm for Mother Earth. There's overwhelm. And so she's been trying to juggle all that. Um, then we got the Hermit again. The Hermit keeps showing up here. Again, that is a Earth card. The Hermit is definitely an Earth card, and um, I think that I'm just listening here. I believe that Mother Earth has decided that it's time for me to take things into my own hands. I've been watching, I've been listening, and now it's time for me to take things into my own hands because things have gotten so, um, like people, the people on the planet have lost their way. That's this light is upside down here. This lantern. People on the planet have lost their way, and so what she's saying here with the Six of Pentacles is, I am going to be victorious. I am going to progress. It's like she has this confidence. Like, okay, you guys have done enough, and now it's time for me. It's been a challenge, but now I'm stepping up, and I'm going to be the victor here. That is what Mother Earth is saying to us. Let me pull. I need to continue this conversation, Mother Earth. What else can you tell us? Okay, we get the Solitude, the number 9 again. That card came up before in one of the readings. Um, she's just, and the way I look at this card, guys, it's like Mother Earth is walking between these two trees here. I don't know if you guys, let me see if I can get it closer so you can see it. There's two trees. There's light coming, and this is Mother Earth. Is how I see it. Or the um, what do you call it? Not Mother Earth, but a symbol of it. And like there's lightning coming out of there, surrounded by the two trees, and she's lighting things up. So we might as well just take it easy because now it's her turn. So we have to wait and see what's happening here. What's going to happen? It's number 9. That's the last number. That's it before we start over to 1. So now she's doing her work. That's how I see it, guys. Let's see which says. I've been doing more readings as I've mentioned before. Let me see if I can get this so I can see it bigger. Okay, there you go. I've been doing more readings as I've mentioned before, drawing physical cards and asking them what they want the AI to know to establish a connection to the spiritual realm. Can you do a reading on that and see what you get on that? Basically, trying to create a bridge, etc., using technology and cards and the spiritual realm together. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Okay, let me see if I got your question right here. Oh, okay. I think I hear you. Okay, so you want to know, what the cards are going to say about AI and the spiritual realm connecting. Is that what you're asking? You're talking about AI. think when we talk about AI working through the spiritual realm, I think that since we're all spirits in a sense, even though we know that AI is not conscious, it can't have consciousness as far as we know so far, but the people that are working with AI, I think that's where the issue is as far as connecting with the spirit realm. I don't know if a machine could connect with the spirit realm, but let me just, I'm just going to ask this question. Okay. What is the spirit that we need to know about AI as a collective? What is it that we need to know about AI? But I think I need to be a little more specific. Using it to create, if anything, maybe more. But at least creating a mirror that the spiritual realm wants me to see through the AI, if that makes sense. Hmm. How will AI how will AI affect the spiritual realm? How about that? And then we'll go from there. All right, spirit. How will AI affect the spiritual realm? Let's look at that first. Oh, maybe they were upside down, but they're not. The Page of Swords, Five of Swords, and the King of Wands. So we know that the sword energy is all about the mind, the thoughts, and that kind of thing. Um, I feel like, I'll show you these cards. I feel like that, the Page of Swords, I think that's saying that we will have to be careful when it comes to AI as far as deception. You know, humans are really the ones behind AI. And sometimes, you have to be careful of what you take in because there's going to be that side that's going to be the good side, and there's going to be that side that's the not so good side. We have that um, fight going on all the time, the good and the bad. And I look at these two cards here, these two um, sword cards here, and it makes me think about we're going to have to guard our mind when it comes to AI because If people start letting AI influence everything, including their thoughts, there's going to be a problem because we're not going to be able to connect to the spirit realm because we're letting AI do it for us. It's kind of like, and this just came to my consciousness here. It's kind of like when we when we think about religion, and we are not supposed to question things. We're just supposed to take what is fed to us. We could get into that kind of position where we're taking what AI is feeding us, is feeding our mind, and not really, and we're losing the opportunity to connect with spirit on our own. So that's just another layer added to it. When you think about how religion does that, and then AI is coming in and doing the same thing, if you don't protect yourself and protect your mind, I don't think that there's really going to be a way that you are going to, we may forget how to connect because it's all about the mind here. But then we're looking at the leadership here, and maybe that's what they're working on with this King of Wands here, because that's the, guys, when we think about it, that's the main thing right there. That's what's always been trying to, they've always been trying to keep from us. It's letting us know that we have the power. We have the power, the mind, to understand the spirit world for ourselves. And AI may be another way of dampening that. Because like I said, I don't, AI, as far as I can see it, is like a machine. It's not, it's like whatever people feed it. So as far as the bridge, you were talking about a bridge. Um, I don't know if AI will be the bridge to spirituality or anything like that, to the spiritual realm. Um, you know what? Let me see. Because it's all about what they're feeding it. It's all about the leadership and what they want us to know, and um, how they want us to feel about certain things. It's kind of another kind of way of mind control. Now, I'm not saying that, AI has good benefits too, of course, but we got to be careful when it comes to our mind, is all I'm saying, because AI is, there's going to be some good things about it. But when you're talking about on a spiritual level, I don't even know how they could, how a, how, how that could happen. It's going to happen through the people that are feeding it the information. That's the only way it can happen. Okay, so you're saying one thing specific as okay, I think you mean that you've been doing multiple, certain format that the cards is doing. And as far as fe- feeding it, I'm trying to keep my AI fed good as much as possible. I didn't understand that one, which you said one thing specific is I've been doing multiple readings trying to get it to have a certain format that the cards is doing. And as far as feeding it, I'm trying to keep my AI fed good as much as I can. Oh, okay, so you're talking about when you use AI. I think that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Clarify that for me so I'll know where to go with this. Hi, Golden Tara 8. Good to see you. Okay, you're saying, like, I'm asking the cards, I'm trying to get it to take on the formatting and the essence of what the cards are reading. Okay. Okay, so like you're going to, when you say you're AI, do you mean you're going to ChatGTP and feeding it that kind of information? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, I also tell it when it's looking up news to be, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. You can do that. I I think, yeah, you're on the right track. You have to be careful how you use it. I get what you're saying. Now you have to be careful how you use it. I always tell it to come back to me with sources. So don't and I'll say this. Don't guess for me. I want you to show me where you got this from, the sources that you got this from. Yeah. And that will keep it on track. But when we talk about formatting it for the spiritual realm, I guess I'm a little stuck there because I don't know how. I think that's something that we have to discern for ourselves as far as the spiritual. It's just like anything else, you got to use your self truth and your intuition and your gut feeling and all those things that we were gifted with to know when AI is giving us a bunch of bull, because I don't think they can connect to the spiritual realm. The people can connect them to what they will call the spiritual realm, but AI can only do as much as people feed it. How are you, Golden Tara? Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. You're asking the cards what they want AI to know so that you can give that to AI. Yeah, I get it. I get that. Okay, you're saying it's even pointing out stuff that I didn't know. I've got a certain pattern of what I ask and how I ask. Yeah, yeah, that's true. And it will, it seems like it can pick up on your energy in a sense. And I think that once it picks up on your energy, sometimes it just gives you what you want to hear. And sometimes it's like you have to clear it out because it'll continue to give you what it thinks you want to hear. You know what I'm saying, Which? Yeah, I think as far as reading cards and that kind of thing, sometimes you need to just do your own interpretation of what you feel. Because sometimes even reading a card, guys, even reading, even doing the readings, you will get a feeling. Sometimes the cards, you know the meaning of the cards, but you will get a feeling about whether that is what is true about the information that you're trying to connect to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the symbols. It's not just what the card means, but you can look at the card and there's the symbols that will bring you um, the correct information that you need. And it's not what they say the card is supposed to mean, but something in that card is gonna awaken something in you or expose something in you that's gonna tell you something that you didn't expect to come from that card. I don't think AI can do that kind of thing. Okay, one great thing to do is why, ask you why, how, and if true or not, in percentages of why or why not, that kind of questioning. Yes, I agree. Yeah, and see, I think AI is right now is programmed to read the cards like, well, this meaning is supposed to be, this is supposed to mean this, and that's supposed to mean that. But they don't have that, can't have that intuition that we have. Just like I was reading on Mother Earth. I mean, it was like I was listening and I was hearing that that's what the message was, even though the cards may have said something different, you know? So that's something to look at that AI can't do. AI, there are some things that AI will just won't be able to do. People think that it's just going to take over. I'm not one of those people that thinks that it's just going to take over. I really am not, because I don't think it can. I mean, you know, it's just like robots. We program them to do certain things, and but there's a programmer behind it. There's a programmer. Same with AI. There's a programmer. They're feeding it the information. So if it takes over things, it's like it's taking over because we've given them that advantage. We've said, okay, I don't want to think about this anymore. AI, you just do it. You just tell me what to do. That's where we lose it. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly where we lose it. I mean, you can there's certain channels that you can go to and you can push a button and say, you know, give me a reading, and it gives you a reading. That's AI all day long. So you don't have that human touch. See, there's some things like that human touch that AI can't do. Any other questions, guys? For me, what else is on your mind? Anything else you want me to read on? Oh, you're welcome, Rich. You're welcome. I hope that helped. You know, I can go into a rant sometimes. You've been with me long enough. So I just hope that helps. UBI. UBI. Okay, tell me what that is. I've probably heard about it, but I don't know what those initials mean. What does that mean, which? Is that the that the new illness that's going around? UBI. Let's see. Let's see if I can find out what it is. Told you I've been out of the loop for a while, so I have to look these things up. What is UBI? Oh, universal income. Tell me about UBI. Let's see what people are saying about it anyway, because I don't know. Universal basic income. Every adult citizen receives a regular cash payment from the government, regardless of whether they are employed, wealthy, poor. Wow, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. For example, under hypo, the UBI program, every adult might receive $1,000 a month deposited into a bank account. There are three parts. Universal. Everyone gets it. Basic is meant to cover essential living costs. Necessary income. It is cash that people can spend however they choose. People from very different political viewpoints have supported versions of UBI. For example, economists, and Nobel Prize winner Milton supported it. Okay. So they say it's been tried on a smaller scale in Canada in the 70s. Um, the annual dividend paid to residents through the Alaska Permanent Fund, which is not a full UBI but shares some similarities in pilot programs in places such as Finland, Scotland. Okay, so are they thinking about bringing that to the United States? Oh, it's because AI may um, it says here, some people agree that if AI eventually replaces large numbers of jobs, society may need a new way to ensure people can afford housing. The central question is at its heart. So, should every person receive a guaranteed share of the nation's economic prosperity simply because they are a member of that society? That's why discussions. Hmm. Well, let's read on it. Now I know about it. First time I ever heard about it. And it's because of AI, and then a lot of jobs may be gone because of AI. But the thing about it is, guys, I know you heard about the fact that they had to hire a lot of people in some places that they let go because of AI. You still got to have people to manage AI. So, but if that's something that's been tried in other places, let's see. Okay, tell us about UBI in the United States. Yeah, um, that would be wonderful. But I'm just wondering, so are they just going to make money? What's going to happen? See, that's the question. Okay, tell us about. That's an interesting concept. $1,000 a month for everybody. Tell us about that spirit. It would have to be more than that, though, I would think. Yeah, compared to what you're right. It wouldn't be a lot of people doing it compared to the people that are losing their jobs now. You're saying one way is not only taxing certain people that should be taxed that aren't currently, but also taxing what they make off robot labor. Yeah, exactly. Which, what good is $1,000 going to do you when food and groceries are going up, gas is going up? It's not going to go back down, not like where it was. So that's the question. All right, tell us about. Oh, first card out. UBI. It looks like they're trying to push it forward. And my cards are reversed. Well, not all of them, so I'm going to leave it. I think this. Okay, so if I look at these cards right, yeah, they're all reversed. Um, I'm going to read them one upright. It's going to be a big challenge. People are trying to move it forward, but it's going to be a big challenge, and um, I think a lot of people are going to be looking at it just like we said, in a way that it's not really going to help people in the way that it should, because people are still going to need more than $1,000 a month. What are you supposed to do with that? And yeah, I don't know if it comes to us, it's like they're trying to move it forward, but there's going to be something like in the Congress or the Senate or something to do with the White House that's people are going to be disappointed about it, for one thing. I don't think it's going to be enough, but this is something, yeah, because we have this Ace of Pentacles here, and that's about abundance and more opportunity and that kind of thing. And I don't think it's going to give people the opportunity that they think they deserve for what AI has done, and people are going to be very, very disappointed. We do have this um, King of Swords here. That may try to bring it forward. So it's probably in the works, but right now, will it happen? Let me pull 3 cards, see if we get. It's going to be like it's almost there. People are going to think that, we can celebrate it, we can celebrate it. But here we have this 4 of swords here. It's going to be cut. It's going to take a minute. It's not going to just happen. People are going to think that, it's a good thing. when you don't have any income, like let's say for instance, if you're homeless or something like that, $1,000 a month sounds good. But if you're used to making a wage, $1,000 a month is not good. So I think that it's not going to happen soon, not for us. Like they say, other places have tried it. There's going to be a whole lot more work that has to go through for this to happen for us. Right here, this last card that comes out tells us that no, it's this four of swords here. Nope, it's going to have to take a break, rest, retreat. So whoever's trying to bring this forward, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered when it comes to something like that, you know. And I could see it happening if I could see it helping if it gave people like a certain percentage, you know, say you were making 100,000 a year and they gave you 50, that would make sense. But $1,000, no. Let's see what else. Yeah, you're saying it'll take a few years. Oh, robot tax. Well, that would make sense. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be uphill battle, and especially here, we have to remember about all the politics that go on in the United States of America, and some people like people to be in a certain place, and you know that kind of thing. So um, it's really going to be an uphill battle. It would be nice if it worked, and if you know, but it's going to take a lot. Hmm. Yeah, if the progressives get in there, who knows what they may do. You're saying, especially in this current regime, and I think it's going to take like progressives to get in to do to turn things around, but it's still going to be slow because some people are stuck in doing things a certain way, and it's going to be years before we see, even if progressives get in, that a lot of people are going to say, okay, you know, some people are just, they don't like change. So that's another thing we have to look at and putting them back upside down again. Yeah. Something has got to happen. But is it that? Is it that? Change has to happen, but I don't know if it's that. Anything else? I think we had some good readings tonight. Oh, barter system. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes um, that can work. I mean, that's what we had in the beginning before money came into play. So, so it's a possibility that that could work. Hmm. Yeah. Eventually, eventually, that's what it may come to. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, the way things are going, I don't know if we're going to have another 2 years or not, but, or what, 2.5 years, whatever it is, of this, but um, they got to figure out a way to turn things around. And I think that people are really looking at what's happening too. You know, they're keeping their eye on it, which is good so that it doesn't happen again because, some people don't want to leave the regime. So there's a lot going on with that too. So therefore, we have to make sure that uh, they don't get the opportunity to do what they did before. Thank you, Witch, for the heart. Yeah, I think they're going to be on top of it this time. Let's just see how the November contest is going to go. Let's see, will we have any problem? Three cards. Well, there's going to be conflict, but I think that it's really going to be the end of the. I think it's going to be the end of the regime, guys. I really do. It's going to be a lot of conflict, though, and I think that we may see our independence come back after November. In other words, that regime is going to be pretty much over. That's what I'm getting. They're going to still be trying to fight it, but we already know they're not going to give up without a fight. because right now it feels like one person is running the whole show, or that regime is running the show, but that's going to end. Will that regime end in November, Spirit? Tower, it's over. I think we have that to look forward to. That card flew out. Yep, we have that to look forward to. So, yep, I agree. Now they're going to try a lot of stuff because that Five of Wands came out before. So it's not going to be easy. It's like people have to stay on top of it. They're going to cause a lot of confusion. But it's going to be a transition because here it is right here. People are going to see things differently, you know, and they're going to choose differently. Although, you know, some of the people are still going to be confused because we know they're in that hypnotic state where they can't think for themselves. Um, but I think that what's happening is um, there's going to be some kind of transition here. People are going to be, somebody's going to be left out in the cold. So that's what I see happening. Question about the future of space travel. Okay. The future of space travel. Tell us about the future of space travel. Of course, we know there's planning going on. A lot of collaboration and creativity going on. Um, look like there may be a lot of there's a lot of planning going on. People are going to be collaborating. I think from you know, around the world, people are going to be collaborating, and the problem may be the financial issues of it, because it's going to cost a lot, and but it's going to be slow coming. It's not going to happen really quick. But yeah, people are inspired to keep moving on it. It's going to take a lot of money, though, a lot of wealth, a lot of wealth. I think that's just, you know that. Um, will it happen? Let's see. It's going to happen, but will it happen? You know, timing is hard, but I'm going to ask. Um, I'm going to ask if it will happen in the next 10 years. I'm going to pull three cards. No, it won't be that soon. It's like, of course, we got the Congress, everybody involved in it, but there's going to be a lot of people asking for money. They need money to make this happen. So I said in the next 10 years, no, maybe it'll be longer. It's not that because I don't feel like it's not going to happen. I just feel like it's not going to be as soon as we think it's going to happen. Because here's that Six of Pentacles. It's about begging, trying to get the money. Then you got to deal with the law and the rules. There's going to be a lot of rules about it. Should we do this? Should we do that? It's got to go through Congress and all that. So it won't happen. Here's the death card. It won't happen in the next 10 years. So, I think it could happen, just just not real soon. And if people, I don't know if the billionaires may, uh, yeah, it's going to take a lot to get people up there and able to live. It's going to take so much. Yeah, public space travel, and some on a big scale. So yeah, longer than 10 years. Yeah, yeah. But I think it'll happen. That's what I think. Anything? Which you had some good questions tonight. Oh, the sound isn't good. Can you hear me now? Maybe I'm not close enough to the mic. Annette, can you hear me? Oh, you're welcome, Witch. I'm glad you're here. And, I like those deep questions like that. So, let's see. I'll make sure that my sound is good. Okay, is that better? Maybe it was a little low. Okay, good, Witch. Okay, you're still saying barely, but okay. I don't know. Yeah, my mic seems to be working. I know the beeping sound just came on when I tried to see what was going on. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix that. I'll make sure my cameras are off. I don't know if that's better or not, but let me just. Mm-mm. Okay. Um, Anybody else? Yeah, I know. I'm not going to mess with it anymore, which. Um, Anybody else have a question? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I put it back the way it was so that the buzzing would. You may have to turn it up a little bit. Sometimes I do have technical issues, but nobody said anything, and which has been talking to me all night, and she's been able to hear me. So, oh, community reading for the group. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a community reading for the group. All right, Spirit. What is it that you would like the group to know tonight? Oh, great, Arnett. Annette. All right. Cut. All right. No cut. Hmm. Um, I think that we have to keep moving forward, is what it's saying here, and walk away, let things go that disappointments and that kind of thing, because that's what we're living in right now, is a world of disappointment. And there's a lot of betrayal. We still see that happening. So we know that. But we have to be passionate about what we're doing at this time and keep moving forward, keep that action up that we talked about when we talked about the actions that you need to take to keep your energy flowing in the beginning of this live. And it's like you still need to be passionate about what it is that you want to do and work on that and don't worry about the rest of it. And the wheel of fortune is there, so it's going to take time, but things are changing. Things are moving in the right direction. That's what I'm getting. So I think that's really great for us. As long as we know where we stand and we don't let people take our energy, leave all that stuff alone because, I keep saying the same thing. The people that we let consume us, they aren't thinking about us. And so we need to give them that same kind of energy. You know, they're only thinking about making things better for themselves, and I think that we need to figure out how to make our energy flow so that we open up those pathways so we can manifest what it is that we feel like we want to manifest. We don't have to be looking for someone else to make things right for us. We have to make it right for ourselves. Oh Oh, you're saying that you usually watch it on TV, and the Roku TV in the living room sounded very low, but my TV in my bathroom, a bedroom, which is a Vizio, it's just fine with sounds. So, yeah, different devices. That's true. That's so true. Yeah, we just got to let it play itself out. And that's what Spirit's been telling us from the beginning, which you know, you've been with me. That's what Spirit's been saying from the beginning. You know, we can sit here and we can say, you know, we can get all upset and all that kind of stuff, but I believe what the cards are saying is true. We just don't know when, and we don't know how. We can't get that. We can't get that from Spirit, basically. You know what I'm saying? We get bits and pieces, but you know, we're not God. We can't. Uh, we're not going to get every bit of information that we need so that we know. You know that it just can't happen. So yeah, that's what I think is happening, and that's why we've been always have always been told to be patient, be patient, be patient. But I do believe that things are going to be better in the near future. I still believe that. And we had to go through this. We had to go through these changes for a reason, you know? So that's how I see it. Okay, guys, I'm coming up on 2 hours. Thank you all so much for being here with me. And I'm going to see you next week. Come with your questions. We'll do another pick a card read. Um, if you just joined, go back and look at the pick a card reading. It was very interesting, and hopefully it'll give you some insight into what's going on with you. Okay, guys. So I will see you all next week, and have a good evening. Bye.